KBRFradio.com news, I'm Derek Sidian, and this is the weekly news recap, brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonmemorial.com, memorials that matter. A home is a total loss following a fire in Richville Sunday night. The Ottertail County Sheriff's Office was called to the residence off County Highway 14 for a structure fire at around 5:17. Upon arrival, responders found the structure was fully engulfed in flames. The Dent, Ottertail, Perham, and Battle Lake fire departments were able to control the fire and extinguish it. Deputies say no injuries were reported. One of the occupants was evaluated by EMS on the scene and was released. All occupants of the home, as well as the family pets, were able to safely get out of the structure. Deputies say no foul play is suspected, and the fire is under investigation by the Sheriff's Office with the assistance of the State Fire Marshal's Office. A Wadena County Sheriff's deputy and a fleeing driver both crashed during a high-speed pursuit Wednesday. Authorities say the deputy attempted to stop a vehicle for multiple traffic violations, but the driver took off, leading deputies into Cass County at speeds topping 100 miles per hour. Both the suspect's vehicle and the squad car lost control on an ice-covered road near Leader. The deputy was not injured, but the driver was airlifted to a Twin Cities hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No names have been released as the incident is still under investigation. Ottertail County Chief Deputy Reed Reinbold has announced his candidacy for Ottertail County Sheriff. Reinbold says, quote, "I am running for sheriff because Ottertail County deserves strong leadership, clear accountability, and a sheriff's office the public can trust," end quote. Reinbold has been in Minnesota law enforcement for 23 years, with over 21 years at the sheriff's office. He currently serves as chief deputy, SWAT commander, and deputy emergency manager, overseeing daily operations, staffing, budgeting, training, and modernization efforts. Ottertail County Sheriff Barry Fitzgibbons announced last week that he would not be seeking re-election in 2026. A Fergus Falls man has been sentenced for engaging in sexual contact with a minor with whom he had a significant relationship. On Tuesday, 52-year-old Jerry Edward Arnson was sentenced to 4 months in Ottertail County Jail and 25 years probation for inappropriately touching a child under 16 years old. The victim told investigators in February of 2025 that over the course of about a year, Arnson had come into their room multiple times while they were asleep, and they would wake up to him touching them. The first time they thought it was an accident, but it kept happening. They told a friend that they were tired of dealing with it, and the friend convinced them to tell their mom. When investigators spoke with Arnson, he said the victim was really difficult to wake up, and he would often have to touch them to wake them up, and if he had touched somewhere inappropriate, it was by accident. Arnson submitted a guilty plea in October of last year as part of a plea agreement. Lake Region Healthcare recently announced that its hospitals in Fergus Falls and in Elbow Lake both are recognized in the Chartis Center for Rural Health 2026 Top 100 rankings. Chartis' annual Top 100 award program celebrates outstanding performance among the nation's rural hospitals and critical access hospitals based on the results of the Chartis Rural Hospital Performance Index. While both hospitals have ranked among the top 100 in prior years, this marks the first time both have achieved the same recognition in the same year. Lake Region Healthcare CEO Kent Matson says the company will continue to innovate and optimize services across both facilities to deploy clinical expertise more efficiently and ensure patients at either location receive timely, exceptional care. With ice conditions rapidly deteriorating across much of central and southern Minnesota, the Department of Natural Resources is urging anglers to plan now for removing their fish houses as key shelter deadlines approach. The deadline in Ottertail County and the southern two-thirds of the state is at 1 o'clock on Monday, March 2nd, March 16th for the northern third of the state, and March 31st for Minnesota-Canada border waters. The Avis Bridal Wedding and Runway Show is returning to the Bigwood Event Center after a successful debut last year. Sydney Meter, owner of Avis Bridal, says the event is a great opportunity for future brides to talk with local vendors.
This is your opportunity to talk one-on-one with them, get your questions answered right away instead of filling out one of those online email forms and you don't hear back for a week.
Meter thinks the show will be bigger than last year's.
My expectations are a little heightened. I'm a little bit more nervous this year, but last year was a blast. Everybody just had a lot of fun.
This year's Avis Bridal Wedding and Runway Show will be held on Saturday, March 7th at the Bigwood Event Center from 10 to 2. The runway show starts at 1. This has been the Weekly News Recap, brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument. Online at foreverstonmemorial.com. Memorials that matter. For KBRFradio.com News, I'm Derek Sidian. Tune in at 5 o'clock every Friday afternoon on KBRFradio.com or on the Fergus Now app to stay up to date with local news. Find more stories on KBRFradio.com. Sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.